All right, day 116, chest day. If you saw the video I posted yesterday, I was supposed to do chest yesterday. Like that was the plan and the split, but I had to do a home gym lift because by the time I got all unpacked, all my legit gyms were closed, which is like super weird. I guess the 24-hour gym spoiled me. So I did back at home just because, you know, if I were to do a chest day at home, I mean, I'd still get a good lift, but with chest, I definitely prefer to have access to machines and dumbbells and, you know, flies, cables, everything else. Like, not to say that I couldn't, so what I'm saying is it's not that I couldn't get a good chest day down in the basement, but I would prefer a real gym, right? So now I'm driving over to Metro. This is a pretty legit gym. It's like hardcore, tons of weights, a lot of machines, just like really big, really cool. I'll probably be going here a lot in the summer. I'll get a day pass today because I don't have time to fucking set up a membership. But I think I will. That'll definitely save me a little bit of dough instead of just getting day passes every fucking time. And so chest, I mean, gonna stick to my basic routine. I'm gonna start off with something heavy, some kind of heavy pressing movement. Then maybe do a couple other different kinds of pressing. Maybe machine, Smith machine. I guess those are really the only other kinds. And then finish off with some kind of flies. Or maybe some cable press. I don't know. I have a basic idea of what I want to do, right? With chest, I want to start off with something really heavy, right? So I can just load my pecs up with as much tension as possible, right? And make them do as much work as possible. And then as the lift progresses, you know, and I start to get a bit weaker, right? That's when I want to start doing movements where I'm more so focusing on getting a pump and like really squeezing, right? Like you could see me do the first set of heavy bench where I'm just, you know, throwing the weight up and down, whatever. And that compared to a later set of like a machine press where I'm going a lot slower, really controlling it. I think they both give it slightly different kind of stimulus, and doing both is definitely going to help optimize, I would say, size and strength, right? Because, you know, you can, there are dudes who get big and they don't really lift weights that are that heavy, but I don't know, that just doesn't seem right in my mind, right? If you want to get bigger, then you got to be stronger. That's sort of a little bit of an approach I take to it. So as long as I don't total my car trying to fucking cross this highway, I'm about to get fucking started with chest. So let's get in there. I've only got about an hour, so I didn't record like the tricep warm up on the cables, but you know, I did some face pulls, did some single arm push downs, a little bit of chest activation. So let's do a couple sets of 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate, and then see what I want to do for the top set. All right. Okay. I will be getting a spot. Maybe a few different spots, because I like this bench, but the ones that I'm used to have a little secondary safety. So if you only make it halfway up, you can at least re-rack it really quick. So the last thing you want to do, fail a bench no spotter. That shit is fucking freaky. But feels pretty good so far. let's not go too crazy. Given that this is kind of a different setup, I guess if you haven't been watching, the last time I did a chest day here, I fucking partially tore the pec. Well, more of a pull, like a re-injury. But what I attribute that to was I was benching heavy with the dumbbells on a bench that I'm not totally used to. So if you change gyms, just use some caution. Maybe don't just jump straight to your total max on a bench you've never used before.
Good stuff.
Oh, fuck. A little more. Good. That's perfect. Solid amount of work done on the incline bench. So I love the incline hammer strength. Like in terms of chest press machines, this is definitely like probably my fucking favorite. So maybe 3 or 4 sets of this and then move on to some kind of fly. Yeah. Let's do a quick drop set. Fuck, dude. Whew. So that first set I was definitely focusing on controlling the weight. Slow, really good squeeze on the top. The second one, I really just kind of threw the weight around. And the third one is a little bit of an in-between. All good sets though, so let's move on to something else. It's hard to get these fucking plates off. So this is kind of a fucking old ass school machine. Nautilus chest press. Good squeeze. I can see why people like it. So I think 2 sets of this and then a set of flies, and I'll be fully pumped, goddammit. Holy fuck. Woo. Holy crap, I almost fucking ripped my thumb off. I like this machine. I don't love it. Let's move on. Oh. Thanks. Okay, this may not be the best lighting, but kind of short on time. I can't just be running around the whole fucking gym trying to find the perfect fucking angles. They're about to kick me out of here. Yeah, whatever. So chest, freakily pumped. Oh my god. It's hard to say if it's really translating, but yeah, fucking. Some heavy ass barbell incline, decently heavy hammer strength, super good squeeze on that Nautilus, and then a fucking crazy stretch with those flies to finish it. I mean, chest is fucked. I really couldn't ask for a better fucking chest day. So, I'm gonna put this fucking pump cover back on, and we can go get the dextrose going. All right, so, oh, that set of incline bench, that was fucking a little freaky, huh? I've done that once before, so I wasn't too scared. I was a little worried I was going to clip my knees, though. That would... 315 to the knees? I don't even want to fucking think about it. Ugh. All's well that ends well. Let's slam this dextrose and get the F out of H. Shit! I left my jug in there. Oh, well, good thing it was just a throwaway jug. They're closed now. I was here till the fucking end. Oh. Ooh. Wah. Let's get out of here. Let's get a move on. So, super solid chest day. a little bit more pressing than I had expected. You know, typically I've kind of been doing like obviously presses in the beginning, and then I'll move on to more so like flies towards the end of the lift, or the second half rather. But I mean, today it was just all pressing. And then one thing too, especially with that Nautilus chest press, the one where I had my hands like this, sideways, or vertical rather, plus that inclined bench was a little bit too inclined for my liking. I could definitely feel that my front delts got some work today, right? That's kind of the, I wouldn't call it a drawback per se, but that is an aspect of doing a lot of incline, you know, purely incline based chest work, is you are going to get some front delt activation, even more so than just flat bench, right? So because of that, that's why I don't do any front delt work. You know, it's been years since I've done, you know, seated dumbbell shoulder press, or, you know, machine shoulder press or whatever, just because my front delts get enough work from doing the incline. And for the most part, nah. If so, that's more of something like skipping specific muscle groups just because they're overdeveloped. That's more something you need to worry about maybe like 2 years into lifting, right? I wasn't skipping shoulder press for, you know, in the early days, just because, you know, my shoulders were, well, I guess they were pretty proportional back then. But if you're still like below 200 pounds, I wouldn't be so worried about like, oh, well, I don't want this to get too much bigger than this. Like, you know, you just want to gain mass any way possible. That was a good one. But yeah, I mean, you know, I wouldn't worry about proportionality in that sense as a beginner, right? Your primary goal is just going to be getting experience. Lift after lift, muscle group after muscle group. Just keep going. And then, you know, if you legit notice, like, okay, my, well, what you should probably notice first is a lagging muscle group. Like, let's say you're, you lifted for a year, and you can tell your, let's say your chest is a bit small compared to like your shoulders, right? It's not so daunting, right? Then maybe you should add a little bit more chest volume, or try to raise the intensity of your chest workouts, right? But, you know, let's just say you got a oddly genetic gift where your triceps are just fucking beyond massive. And then shit, man, yeah, I guess maybe you can skip them. But for the most part, that's going to be kind of an outlying thing. I wouldn't really worry about it. So kind of the logic why I only do the incline pressing, I've said this before, actually I say this a lot, almost every chest day, is, you know, I don't want a big lower chest, right? I want a bigger upper chest to really like fill out, because you know, as you get bigger and bigger, if you're lower pec dominant, you're kind of gonna have like a saggy look from the side, right? If you're standing up from the side, you just want your chest to fucking like bulge out up here. You don't need it hanging down. Just doesn't look so cool. Whoa. Well, holy fuck, where'd that guy come from? Whatever. So if you're a beginner, early lifting, like sub 1 year, and doing any amount of chest, like press, flat, whatever, it's going to be good for you. I wouldn't necessarily be too worried about biasing the upper, the lower, or the middle. But I definitely think that the lower chest grows the quickest. So, and inverse to that, the upper chest grows the slowest. So that's why I pretty much emphasize it. So, based on that, of course, I'm not going to do flat bench, just because, you know, it's not incline. In terms of 1 rep maxes, obviously I get everybody who lifts at all, they always get asked, oh, what's your 1 rep? What's your 1 rep max on bench? The most I ever did was, I think maybe a year and a half ago, was I did like 450 on flat, just because I wanted to know what it was. But I'm pretty much content not doing 1 rep maxes anymore. It's just it's just not going to do me any good, right? What's my goal? To try to bench 500 pounds for 1 rep? No, it's to try to look like I can bench 500 pounds for 1 rep. Hey, okay, not exactly. You know, all these muscles aren't just for show. But honestly, I mean, in a sense, yeah, they kind of are, right? If given the option of being a crazy strong dude, well, I don't know. I was about to say, would you rather be a small guy who's like super strong, unassuming, or be a huge guy who's like super weak? I guess they both have different kind of drawbacks. Neither is ideal. So in my mind, I'd rather be right in the middle. Be pretty freaking strong and be pretty freaking big. I think it's kind of hard to argue against that point. But in that sense, you know, I like to go heavy on my top sets, right? Like I love, you know, warming up for that top set on like, especially squat and bench, and just moving as much weight as I can for reps, not just for 1. And like that's basically my equivalent of the max out per se. I don't need to do anything less than 7 reps. That's just not where I feel the most gains are going to be made. So yeah, shit. Tomorrow is going to be arm day. Pretty excited for that. I think I'm probably not going to go to this gym again. I'll go somewhere else. But I'm unsure where that will be. So you'll have to fucking wait and see. Full day of eating. Probably not this week because I'm going to be fucking kind of busy. But next week, going on vacation, so I won't have any kind of responsibilities apart from the lift. So shouldn't be much stopping me from that full day of eating. So keep an eye out. Keep a freaking eye out. So that's it. Gonna go home, eat a bunch of food, probably take a nap, and then go to bed. Obviously not right now, but later. And then cardio in the morning, which I know you guys are fucking skipping. Fucking asshole. So I'll see you next time.